Hi, it's Mrs. Pope, and today we're going to be talking about solving systems of equations. We have a few ways to solve these systems that we're going to discuss in this unit, and this is one of them. Elimination is one that we're going to talk about today. So our goal is to eliminate, which is why we're using elimination, one equation to solve a systems of equations. And if you remember, a systems of equations is more than one equation that has one unique solution. So here we're going to use elimination to solve. So I have a system of equations because I have two equations, and these two equations I'm going to solve them, and I'm going to find the unique value or the unique ordered pair x and y that satisfies both of these equations. So the way we're going to do that today is by using elimination. I have steps written here. Step one is you want to choose a variable to eliminate, and we'll talk about which one you should choose. You don't want to just, I like x or I like y. Some of them you'll be able to look at the equation and see which one makes more sense to eliminate. And then once we do that, we're going to change the equation or equations. We may need to change both. We may only need to change one. It all depends. So that the coefficients are opposite. So I want the same number for my coefficient, but I want the signs to be different. So preview, we can see this is almost right, but I would rather have one of those be a -3, so I'm going to need to change something. Once we change those, we're going to add the equations together. So we're literally going to add these, combine them together, and then you'll see we'll substitute back in to figure out the other variable. So these are here for you to write down, and then I'll kind of go through them in more detail once we go through the example. So for example 1, you notice we want to choose a variable to eliminate. Well, I could either eliminate the x's or the y's. Those are my only two variables. I'm going to choose the y's. Why is that? Because my goal is to get the same coefficient, different signs. So I want to just make one of these a -3 and I'll be okay. Here I have a 5 and an 8, so I'd have to change. I can't make 5 turn that into an 8. I can't make an 8 turn into a 5. So this one would require more work. I'm going to go ahead and do this one where I can just change one simple thing and then I have the same coefficient, different signs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the equation. So I'm going to multiply, and you can choose whichever one. I'm going to choose the top one, and I'm going to take the entire equation and multiply by -1. And let's see what that does for us. If I distribute this -1 all the way through, I'm multiplying every single term by -1. So I'm not really changing the value of the equation. I'm keeping it balanced because I'm multiplying every single thing by -1. So my new equation would be -5x minus 3y equals +19, because I multiplied everything by -1. My equation at the bottom stays the same. 8x plus 3y is equal to -25. So now that I have those, I can actually add these equations. So I've changed my first one by multiplying by -1, and now I'm going to go ahead and add them together. So here, -5x plus 8, we're going to have -3x, no, +3x. -5 plus 8 is going to be 3x. These cancel out. That's great because that was the whole purpose of elimination. And 19 we're adding, minus 25, or 19 plus -25 is -6. So 3x is equal to -6, divide by 3, divide by 3. So x is equal to -2. So I've changed the equation, I added the equations together, and I simplified. And so now I need to substitute the value into either of the original equations. So I can, the original, the blue, I can either plug it into this one or this one to figure out what y is. It really doesn't matter. I'll just stick with the top one. So I'm going to say 5 times my x is -2 plus 3y is equal to -19. So I'm trying to solve for y now because I need the ordered pair. -10 plus 3y is equal to -19. We're going to add 10 to both sides. 3y is equal to -9. Divide by 3, divide by 3. Y is equal to -3. All right, so my ordered pair, my final answer would be -2, -3. So we want to check and see if that's true. If it is true, I should be able to plug that ordered pair into the first equation for x and y and get negative 19, and then plug it into the second equation for x and y and get negative 25. Let's check and see if that actually happens. So here I have it set up, the first and second equation. Plug them in, and we're going to see if these are indeed true. So negative 10 minus 9, does that equal negative 19? Yes. Negative 19 equals negative 19. Check. It worked. 8 times negative 2, negative 16 minus 9. Does that equal negative 25? Negative 16 minus 9 is negative 25, which equals negative 25. Check. It's right. So we know we did this one correctly. Don't forget to check your work. Example 2, we're going to solve using elimination as well. So here we have 2x minus 9y equals 34, and we have negative 2x plus 6y equals negative 28. So here, look, the first step said to make sure we have same coefficient, different signs. So this is easy. I can see immediately which one I'm going to eliminate, because these already have, this is negative 2, that's positive 2. I don't even have to change any of my equations. I can just start adding them up. So these are going to cancel out. I've eliminated my x's. And then negative 9 plus 6 is going to be negative 3y. And then we're adding, so really you can write 34 plus negative 28, or 34 minus 28, either way is fine, and you'll get 6. Divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3, y is going to be equal to negative 2. So y is negative 2. Remember, you can choose either of the original equations to figure out what x is. I'm going to choose the first one. So 2x minus 9 times negative 2 equals 34. And then 2x, negative 9 times 2. Negative 9 times negative 2 is positive 18, which is equal to 34. Don't lose that. Don't forget about this negative 9 times negative 2. You have to really be careful with negatives. And if they confuse you or if they get on your nerves, use the calculator. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the calculator. So just be careful with those negatives. All right, so here we want to get rid of the 18, 2x. I'm going to subtract 18 from both sides, minus 18 from both sides. I didn't need that 2x there yet. And then these cancel out. 2x is equal to 16. Divide by 2, divide by 2. X is equal to 8. So my ordered pair, 8, negative 2. Make sure you put the x first, then the y in the ordered pair. I want you to go ahead and check that one on your own and see if you came up with the same answer. You should plug it in for x here and y here, get 34. You should plug 8 in for x here, negative 2 in for x here, and you should end up with negative 28. All right, last example. So let's look at this one. Here, we first said, well, what do we want to get rid of? Well, the a's, I don't know how I can make either of those become the other number. So that's not going to work. Here, I have a 5 and I have a 10. I could multiply this by 2, that would make it 10. And if I make it a negative 2, then I have a negative 10, which is exactly what I want. Same coefficient, different signs. So I'm going to take this entire equation and multiply by negative 2. I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it down here just so we can see it better. So negative 6a minus, because I'm negative 2 times 3a, minus 10b is equal to negative 2 times negative 27 will be positive 54. Don't forget the negatives. And then I'm going to keep my other one the same. So I haven't changed anything in the second one. But now, look, I have same sign, same coefficient, different signs, so I'm ready to add these equations together to eliminate a variable. So we're going to eliminate the b in this case. So negative 6 plus 4, we have negative 2a. These are going to cancel out. And then we have plus 54 plus negative 46, which is the same as 54 minus 46, which is 8. Divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. A is equal to negative 4. Now that A is equal to negative 4, choose one of the original equations and figure out what B is. I don't know. Well, let's go with the second one since we're always going with the first one. So 4 times negative 4 plus 10b is equal to negative 46. So negative 16 plus 10b is equal to negative 46. Negative 46 plus 16, so when I add 16 to both sides, negative 46 plus 16, I know this, 30. 10b is equal to positive 30. Let's divide by 10, divide by 10. B is equal to 3. All right, so if I'm correct, negative 4, 3 would be our ordered pairs. So go ahead and check this one on your own as well and see if you can come up with the correct answers. Thanks for watching, and remember, you are responsible for your own learning.